Hey everyone, Updog here, and today I have a video, exciting one, to show you guys the Pegasus team. Finally get to show them off and what they do, how they do, and things like that. So let's get into it real quick. I did have some audio issues when I recorded the video the first time, so I'm gonna kind of get in the way of this guy here behind me and fill in my voice and all that stuff. So let's get started here. So this is footage of the team when we first started them on the test server, and they did make some changes since then, so I just wanted to show the before and then the after. So this is the before footage. This is the first time that I used them, and I sped it up quite a bit. The big change that they made was that Ironheart's passive was only giving speed to herself, and we noticed that and got them to fix that because it's supposed to be giving speed bar for the whole team. And so that was a big help with this team getting going and getting control on the field and everything like that. So in these tests, or in these nodes, I did all 3 nodes in this video, in this first part, and they are gear 15 and level 85, and I was able to clear all 3 nodes with that power level. So I don't, and this is incursion 1.6, by the way, so I don't see incursion 1.6 now with the updates to the characters and stuff like that. I don't see that being an issue at that power level either. When I did do my testing with the updates, you'll see, or you might see, I'm not sure if my shoulder's covering it up or not, but I was doing some testing in Dark Dimension 6 for Rescue, so she's a gear 18 in the later testing here, you'll see. And then I was going to do Iron Man in Dark Dimension 6 too, but I didn't get a chance to. But so he's gear tier 17 in the second round of testing. So while this is playing, one of the big problems too, I guess, when you have gear 15 and level 85 is Ironheart. It's very important that she lands her 3 stuns that she has on her ultimate, and I did switch her to Skirmisher. I think in this footage you might see me try and strike her a couple of times, and then I did switch her to Skirmisher. That helped a little bit. So you might need her to be a little bit bigger than level 85 gear 15 to make sure that lands. I always recommend doing levels first before gear, especially teal gear if you're working on Dark Dimension 6, and maybe even I don't know, like building up for Gamma 4.5, something like that. I always recommend doing levels before gear and seeing how that works out for you. So these characters are also, I didn't change the star levels, so all throughout this video the characters are all the new characters are all 4 yellow, 4 red. So I wanted to try to keep it realistic for what we might expect to have in the game once their release method is over with and everything like that. And yeah, just tried to min-max the gear levels and push the limits and see what I can do. So that's what we ended up doing. This looks like where I switched to Skirmisher from Striker. And she will make a good Striker if you can get her really big and high stars, and if she's landing all 3 stuns every time, then yeah, I would definitely recommend putting her as Striker. But until that time, then I would recommend Skirmisher. So Ironheart Skirmisher. Oh, here we go. Changing her right now. So Ironheart Skirmisher, and then let's see, Iron Man Striker, and Raider. Kestrel I've always had as a Raider for a long time. I think she's a good Raider. And then Darkhawk is a Raider. I like him as a Raider too. And then Rescue, I haven't really decided one way or another. I have her as a healer on these testings. I think she might make a good fortifier. I don't think you really. I've seen people recommend Skirmisher. I don't think you need it really. The only time you'll need it is if you do make Ironheart a striker, then you might want to put Rescue as a skirmisher, because there are a few times in this incursion raid where you need to get around a taunt, or you want to clear like an offense up or something. That's really the only scenario where you're going to want skirmisher on rescue. Yeah, on rescue, I'd say. So, all right, there's the end of that node. Now remember, this is the pre stat adjustments, or changes, I guess you could call it. So here's the boss node. The boss node's important to know that once you get Hulkbuster controlled, and you get the rest of the field controlled, just kind of ignore Hulkbuster. He's huge. He's got a huge health pool. I'm not sure how big. I forgot to look at the exact numbers, but just leave him alone. Make sure he doesn't take a turn. When he taunts, get the taunt off of him. And after that, yeah, just focus on some of the other more important characters that you need to take out. Like the other side has a rescue. You want to take out Falcon before he does his special, which is his turn 2 ability. And then there'll be some more characters that drop here soon. So, in both of these scenarios here, I did take this whole match to the bell, to the end of the timer, basically, for the 5 minutes. So, it is a long match, but you can get through it. So, just be aware of that. You know, that can also be remedied by having, you know, higher levels or more gear to increase your damage output. So, oh, there we go. So there's Phyla that drops on this node, or actually there's 2 of them. The Phyla that drops on this node, so you want to control her. You want to take out Kestrel because she can do a lot of damage on the enemy side. So, yeah, just control everybody. Lock them down, stun them, and take him out, and then leave Hulkbuster for last, because he takes a good, like a solid 60 seconds to burn him down. He's only, let's see, he's probably about 80% health right now. So, I guess it's about 50 seconds, but still. He is a thick little boy over there. All right. There we go. So that is the pre-changes testing. And now we are going to go to, and here you can see proof that it is 1.6. This is the post changes. And you should notice a big difference. You saw in there that I did have to revive with rescue and stuff like that. In the post changes, that wasn't the case at all. So I think they should be fairly good with simming. You might need to get them a little bit higher, because that seems to be the case for when you sim. You need to get them a little bit higher so that they can sim successfully. But let's let this guy talk a little longer here. Let me fast forward. We'll get to the good stuff. Oh, I do recommend this positioning, since if Iron Man does die, Rescue will get some extra buffs, and then Kestrel in the back, in the back row, because she heals herself. Darkhawk seems to hang in there pretty well too, and then the 2 most important members outside of Iron Man, I'd say, is Rescue and Ironheart on the team. So, I mean, they're all really important, and they all should be together. I haven't had time to do any testing with like taking one out and putting in like Kang or something. That might be something I will do in the future, but a lot of them depend on the full team to have their full passives and everything like that. So and it is what it is. So yeah, if you can keep Ironheart alive and Rescue alive, and Kestrel, most people should have pretty big anyway. So yeah, that should be what you're looking for. So all right, let's fast forward a little bit. Here we go. Node 1. So it's unfortunate that Miss Marvel taunted. So it's kind of a waste of a stun on her, but with the speed the way it's supposed to be working, it's working out great, because then we can basically lap everyone. We can take at least 2 turns, if not more, before they even take 1 turn. So ideally, you don't want to have Miss Marvel taunt. You want to hit Gambit with a stun, but they're hanging in there pretty good, even with Gambit's pings. Well, now we got him blind, so now we can't do anything. But before, you saw that Ironheart was getting just totally smacked around, and I had to revive her and stuff like that. So Darkhawk's got some really cool abilities. He could spread negative effects to adjacent allies, or adjacent enemies, I'm sorry. And then he's got the turn rewind on his ultimate. So it's like they did a really good job of designing this team to... Oh, there's Ironheart. Got pretty low there, but we're going to get her back up. Yeah, look at that. A little bit of health revive just on that one ability. Darkhawk's going to rewind again, and then Rescue's going to come to save the day here. Oh, she healed up. She healed up there too. So anyway, yeah, they did a great job of making sure the team stays together. I guess I'm not sure if that's a good thing or bad thing for us, but if you have the full team, they do work amazingly together, and just, yeah, you can see how easy it is compared to what we're dealing with right now without them. So I even tried to do a run with Kestrel and Rescue with like Kang and Doom and, let's see, I think it was Shuri. Kang, Doom, and Shuri, and that didn't go so well. So, and that was on the first node. So maybe on the second node it would have been worked better because of that Gambit there, but here we go. We got let's see, we got 2 stuns landed. I don't know if one of them got resisted. I didn't see it, but yeah, just make sure you are paying attention to that when you first run this team. See what kind of ISO you need to do on Ironheart, but other than that, this team is feeling really good. So even the 2 Ghost Riders aren't really a problem, because they've already got vulnerable. So when Tony does his ultimate, if you have a vulnerable, if the enemy has a vulnerable, then they get blinded. So these Ghost Riders are going to be negated here right now. And you definitely want to get a blind on Nemesis as well, because he'll do his ultimate first turn and put trauma out there and everything, so you don't want that. So yeah, we're just working down. This second node actually is a lot easier than the first node, which seems to be the case most of the time for all the sections, really, in Incursion. So kind of interesting that way. So we're going to finish off Peggy here and go into the boss node. There we go. Oh, another reason for Tony to be a striker is because he does have a turn rewind on his basic. So if you do 2 basics, use a basic into a vulnerable, he'll do a striker attack, so he'll rewind them twice. Like, let's see, like Sharon Carter and Sylvie and Ghost did that with the back in the day. She was the first one to do that, so that's the reasoning behind that. We already got some vulnerables out on the board, so we're going to blind those that do have vulnerable. And we're going to rewind everybody. We're going to take a bunch of extra turns before they can take a turn. And again, like I said, Hulkbuster, control him, control the rest of the field with slows, especially slows, and blinds if you can. And then focus on the characters that drop in, control them. Just leave Hulkbuster alone, don't worry about him. Save him for last. And it'll take you the whole, pretty much take you the whole 5 minutes. So don't be scared. You have to throw it on auto probably when there's about 2 characters left, 2 to 3 characters left, just to make sure you can finish. But since it is the boss node, don't have to save cooldowns. On the final node after this one, I've been using Apocalypse and the 4 Horsemen, and they get through it just fine. So I don't know if that, I'm in 1.4, so I don't know if that works in 1.5 or 1.6. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if that team does not work. How about that? That would be great. I actually would like to know that, so I'd appreciate that information. Alright, got 4 characters left. Everybody's stunned. Everybody's blind. They can't do a damn thing. So just gonna finish them off here. I was messing around with some of the 1x speed. That's a pretty cool chain from him, especially when he has the I don't know what you call those, rocket fists or something, I'm not sure. But it's pretty cool. So here we go, 33 seconds left, gotta finish them off. Like I said, I do have these characters a little bit bigger in this test, just because I was messing around. Ironheart I did leave at gear 15, and Darkhawk I did leave at gear 15. So that is the Pegasus team in a nutshell. They are very strong. I am really excited about them. Their animations are awesome. There's not much to dislike about the team, I'd say. We all have a bunch of tech gear ready to go, I would say, if you are in in-game content like me. So let me know down in the comments what you guys thought. And thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and do not build up your war machine. And I'll catch you guys later.